Good morning and welcome to Monday's Market Outlook. We're at Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. And folks, action-packed week ahead. We had an awesome week last week, a full week of live trading and training here at Top Gun Options called Full Throttle. That Full Throttle free week is over with. However, one of our strategic partners didn't get to mail to his list last week. He actually mailed over the weekend. So here's what I'm going to do. Usually every Monday at 1 o'clock, we have what's called a weekly options brief just for members. And actually all of our new Full Throttle members should be in there. But since he mailed yesterday and is mailing today, I'll tell you what, I'm going to open that up to those folks. So all you have to do, folks, if you haven't registered and gotten his email, or you're just hearing me for the first time, head to go.topgunoptions.com/brief. That's pretty easy to remember. This is going to be a live trade brief, and this is Top Gun Options. All you have to do is head a go, or put a go in front of that, go.topgunoptions.com/brief. And just for registering for today's free session, I'm going to throw in a what we call an OPCL, an options pocket checklist. That's a pretty cool guide that we have here at Top Gun Options. We charge $45 for, so that one's on me. All right, we got to get going. Let's get airborne. This is getting bigger, folks. One of the whiz-isms, so to speak, that you're going to learn here at Top Gun Options is the market only cares when it cares. Iran is really starting to pop up on the radar here. I think today ends like the 90-day cooling period, meaning, hey, 90 days ago, the president almost in an act of war. We were sitting in a live trade brief. We looked at Raytheon and made potentially $2,300 in 17 minutes as the president more or less declared war on Iran and pulled out of the nuke deal. Raytheon, our defense pick, went through the roof. More in one trade, we more or less paid for an offensive annual membership here at Top Gun Options. The point being is this is going to get uglier. There's a lot of protests going on in Iran right now about their economy and how it sucks because of those type of dudes. And the president, dealing some tough love. Barack Hussein Obama flew pallets of cash on unmarked airplanes in the middle of the night. And don't, if you're one of those idiots that says it was their money to begin with, don't come to the webinar today because we don't accept idiots. It was their money, Wiz. Ladies and gentlemen, a conservative estimate by the Pentagon says nearly 1,000 of our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and marine have been killed by Iranian forces. I was in the Arabian Gulf when Khobar Towers was destroyed and blown up by Iranian agents. That money should have been given and distributed evenly to all the families of U.S. service personnel killed by Iranian forces. If you think it was, quote, their money and they deserved it back instead of going to the widows, the orphans, the kids, you're a jerk. Why don't you go live in Iran? It makes me furious. I get in Twitter wars with people when they go, it was their money and facts don't matter. I'm like, here's the fact. Under 8 years of Barack Hussein Obama, the State Department, the Pentagon were ordered not to mention one death at the hands of Iranian forces. They were in Iraq. They built sophisticated IEDs. They killed our soldiers. But that dude gave them billions of dollars back. Don't come if that's your point of view that it was, quote, their money. You're an awful person. It brings a tear to my eye. Anyway, guys, all right, here we go. Iran and its oil buyers prepare for what? Return of U.S. sanctions. We're going to see a lot of volatility in oil over the next couple months. November is when they really, really, really kick in. And here's the capper. We're already having enough problems with China. Guess what? China said, hey, we get your sanctions in November and the whole oil thing. By the way, we're not going to pay attention to them, and we're going to buy even more oil from Iran. Ooh. Okay, with friends like that, well, China isn't a friend, so I don't get the whole Russia and collusion and Trump's treasonous. He's like, these guys ain't the enemy. They might be jerk. The only reason we care about Russia is because they got nukes. Their economy is the size of, Wyoming? China is the real enemy to the United States. China launches personal attack at arrogant, deceitful Trump. We're prepared to fight to the end. So the market's kind of wallowing around right now, and you can see the headline here. Global stocks mixed as trade tensions weigh on investor confidence. Everybody remember all these things? Potential trade war. No, we'll figure it out. No, trade war. We'll figure it out. Nope, trade war. Hire Larry Kudlow. Another trade. Folks, this is going to get worse before it gets better. Kudlow says Trump won't back down, and China's 60 billion response last week to our sanctions was weak. Okay, so Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, Larry Kudlow, and then Peter Navarro, the president's head trade rep, all say that we're not even talking to the Chinese. So these broadsides are going back and forth in the media, folks. This is not good. Last week, actually on Friday, we got long volatility. We closed a short volatility trade last week for a $1,500 profit. Check this out. If you didn't, FT replay. Check out this link. Before coming to our 1 o'clock session, do me a favor. You can head to go.topgunoptions.com/FT. That means full throttle replay. Why do I want you to go here? First of all, you can watch last Monday's live trade brief where we did what? We got short volatility and made $1,500 in 4 days, man. Beautiful trade, short volatility. What did we do on Friday? We got long volatility this week out to Friday. Something's going to happen this week to freak this market the hell out. We're going to see a spike in volatility. We're already seeing the VIX up right now as I speak. So you can watch the replays from last week, all of them. But here's what I really want you to watch before the 1 o'clock session is the Monday weekly options brief, and then Fridays when I get in and we get long volatility. So folks, you can get in and out of volatility. Because why? Volatility goes up when the market freaks out, and when the freak out is gone, volatility goes away. So make sure you watch the replay, because it's going to be a lot of volatility heading in here. The jobs market, or the jobs report on Friday, wasn't that super. The unemployment rate ticked down, and they were still hiring, but the average hourly earnings, it's going to be interesting, guys. We have a lot to talk about. The storm has kind of passed as far as earnings. The absolute shit show of Tesla this and Facebook that and the financials this, and it really was I'm going to say it, a Goldilocks earnings. It wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold. That's not necessarily super bullish for this market. Well, I call this the M&M rally. You see this big bounce off the 200, bounce off the 50, hold the 50 here. There's your golden arches, and now we kind of went up. And we were heading back down here, but nice. This was that pop last couple weeks ago after we got done with the Facebook nightmare, but we gave it back. This is a lot of volatility in here, folks. There's a lot of uncertainty, and gearing up for September, October. Don't forget, we have a little something in the United States called elections. The president's already threatened to shut down the government if he doesn't get border wall funding. We got the Iran nuke deal, or the sanctions coming back into play. There's a storm coming, folks. And if you're not hedged, if you don't have your ejection seat ready to go in this market, you're going to get smacked around. Global stocks are mixed as trade tensions weigh on investor confidence. You could probably cut and paste this headline and put it and sprinkle it in here every other day or 2 days up until the adults talk, and we figure it out. I think we figure it out eventually. Obviously, we're not going to be in a trade war for the next 30 years, I hope, because trade wars, ladies and gentlemen, can potentially end up into shooting wars. It doesn't. They don't turn out well, okay? So I don't want to keep you too long simply because we have a weekly options live trade brief today. I will open up the doors to the folks who didn't get to attend full throttle last week. This will be the only free session this week. That's it, folks, because my buddy, who shall remain nameless, it was wrong on his calendar. He's like, dude, I'm like, it was last week. That's actually my fault for not being a good wingman and saying, hey, dude, I didn't see that you mailed. So on me, so I'm going to open the doors at 1 o'clock. Go.topgunoptions.com/brief to attend free today at 1 o'clock. And like I said, if you have some time this morning, I strongly recommend you watch the weekly options replay from last Monday to kind of see where we were. Because, folks, literally a week in this market it feels like a year. I mean, it's insane. Who saw the FANG crash coming? We did. I predicted months before Jeffrey Gundlach that the FANGs were going to implode. We got out of Facebook, we got out of Apple, and we got long Amazon. And we're up triple digits alone in our Amazon trades before I predicted the FANG implosion. I also predicted that Donald Trump would win the presidency and the market would rally. 2 months later, Jeffrey Gundlach did the same thing. So I'm seeing a theme here. So, folks, I got to go. I'll see a lot of you at 1 o'clock this afternoon in our weekly options live trade brief. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless. We'll see you.